just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in
So, Caitlyn Clark just landed a massive deal with the LPGA, and A'ja Wilson definitely isn't staying quiet about it. The news has completely blown up across the WNBA world, and social media is going crazy. What's wild is that one person's big win has turned into another's major headache. So, was A'ja's reaction coming from pure frustration, or maybe a bit of jealousy too? Let's dive into it because everyone's talking about this. Caitlyn Clark, the face of women's basketball, the ratings queen, the endorsement superstar, just signed a huge multi-year partnership with the LPGA Tour. This isn't just a quick ad deal, it's a full-on collaboration. Listen, reports say this LPGA deal is worth millions, and it's loaded with cross-promotion, major brand features, and marketing rights locked in through 2026. It ties Caitlyn Clark's image directly to women's golf, making her the ultimate symbol of female excellence. The moment the news broke, the internet went wild. Most fans, even some WNBA players, were cheering, saying she earned it. But not everyone felt the same. That's where A'ja Wilson came in. She played it smart, didn't mention Caitlyn by name, too savvy for that. But one tweet was all it took to blow things up. Her tweet said, "So you telling me you can miss shots and still get golf money now?" That's all it took? Immediately, the replies poured in. Just say Caitlyn Clark, because honestly, who else could she be talking about? Caitlyn's name has become a trigger for half the league. Every move she makes, every deal, every post, someone somewhere loses it. And this LPGA deal just took things to a whole new level. Let's be real. Caitlyn Clark has made more money in 2 years than most WNBA players will make in their entire careers. That's not a knock on her. It's just a fact. She's the marketing goldmine the league's been waiting for. But here's the real issue. Her massive success makes other established stars feel like background characters in their own story. Think about A'ja Wilson. 2 MVPs, multiple championships, a resume most players dream of. Yet when it comes to sponsorships, she's nowhere near Clark. And that's the core of this whole mess. It's not just about the golf deal, it's about a league divided between the old guard and this explosive new superstar. Clark is the media's shiny new obsession, incredibly marketable and adored by sponsors. Wilson represents the grind, the player who dominated long before the cameras showed up. So A'ja's tweet wasn't just casual shade. It was a genuine statement of frustration. Honestly, you can't blame her for being a little salty. The timing was brutal. She just wrapped up an MVP-caliber season and still got a fraction of the attention Clark gets just for existing. It's like A'ja wins a title and the media says, cool. Anyway, here's Caitlyn's latest Instagram story. That's got to sting. But it's also the harsh reality of modern sports. It's not always about performance anymore. It's about how many eyeballs you bring. And Caitlyn Clark? She brings more than anyone else. Next voice, every sponsor and every brand with a budget sees it clearly. They don't just want talent anymore.
This video, how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlyn? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer.
So yeah, Caitlyn Clark has officially become the ultimate bridge between sports. She's now a legit dual sport marketing machine. And you can practically hear A'ja's teeth grinding all the way from Vegas. And here's the thing. This isn't even the first time Clark has completely overshadowed her. Remember last season's WNBA finals? The Aces won another championship, yet Clark was still the top trending topic that same day. That kind of moment turns professional respect into real resentment. Some fans only make it worse. A portion of Clark's fan base doesn't just celebrate her, they use her success to tear other players down. Comments like, "She's the real face of the league," or "She's doing more for the WNBA than anyone else," might be statistically true, but they're pure fuel on an already raging ego battle.
Caitlyn Clark's so good,
So
she's
when
got me
Aja saw
following
that
golf.
LPGA
And thanks to
announcement,
her, I
she
now
snapped.
know who Nelly
Not
Courted
enough
is.
to get fined,
And if there's one thing
thankfully,
we can count on
but
with
just enough to send a crystal clear message. I'm tired of being the MVP who gets treated like a background character. But here's the ironic part. Caitlyn Clark has never clapped back. Not once. She doesn't tweet about it, doesn't throw shade, doesn't even acknowledge the drama. And that's exactly why brands love her. She's a PR dream. Calm, focused, and completely non-controversial. Meanwhile, others get dragged into social media spats, and that turns sponsors off fast. Clark just keeps signing deals and staying silent. And that silence, it stings more than any comeback ever could. Aja can win another ring, but Caitlyn will still make more headlines just for hitting a golf ball on Instagram. That's the marketing power gap today. Unfair, but very real. Even fans outside of basketball are joining the debate. Golf fans are thrilled, saying Clark's personality could finally make the LPGA mainstream. Meanwhile, some old-school WNBA supporters are rolling their eyes, saying she's everywhere but the playoffs. The divide is growing, and the entire league can feel it. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This LPGA deal wasn't random at all. Top of form, bottom of form, this was a carefully planned move, months in the making. Reports say Nike even helped broker part of the partnership. Their goal was to build this athlete crossover image, and Caitlyn Clark was the perfect face for it. Why? Because she represents more than just basketball. She represents buzz. Every league that partners with her sees a spike in views, clicks, and merchandise sales. From a business standpoint, it's pure genius. But from the WNBA's perspective, it's chaos. Aja Wilson's frustration mirrors what many players are quietly feeling, that Caitlyn's global fame isn't being shared evenly across the league. The Caitlyn Clark effect has lifted the WNBA, but not everyone's rising with the tide. And now that Clark's influence extends beyond basketball, some players feel completely left behind. While they're fighting for bonuses and small endorsement deals, Clark is signing multi-million-dollar contracts outside her own sport. That kind of gap breeds tension in locker rooms, interviews, and even league meetings. Some players have started to feel like extras in the Caitlyn show, and fans are noticing that energy. Then came Aja's tweet, and it exploded. Within an hour, she was trending, and not in a flattering way. Fans called her bitter, jealous, and insecure. Some even compared her to the people who complained when Tiger Woods took over golf, saying, "Here we go again." That comparison stung. Aja tried to walk it back, saying her tweet was taken out of context and meant as a joke. But by then, the internet had already made up its mind. And once people pick sides online, there's no going back. Half the comments were defending Clark like she's a national treasure. The other half were reminding everyone that Wilson is still one of the greatest players ever. But here's the truth. Both things can be true. Caitlyn Clark is the most marketable athlete right now, and Aja Wilson can still feel underappreciated. The real issue is how poorly the WNBA handles that balance, or rather, how it doesn't handle it at all. The league keeps preaching about growth, yet its biggest stars are feuding instead of celebrating each other. And the WNBA often lets it happen because, let's be honest, controversy means clicks. If the league had a strong PR team, they would have turned this moment into a win. Look at these two incredible athletes dominating their sports. Instead, it became another Caitlyn versus Aja firestorm, and sponsors notice. Brands want unity, not drama. But they also know that every time Caitlyn Clark trends, their sales spike. So in the end, who wins? Caitlyn again. Here's the twist. Sources close to the LPGA say this deal could be the start of something even bigger. They're reportedly planning a joint exhibition event where the NBA and LPGA stars team up for charity, promoting cross-sport sisterhood. But let's be real. That could either be an inspiring spectacle or a tension-filled PR disaster. Just picture it. Caitlyn Clark standing next to Nelly Courted while Aja Wilson forces a smile for the cameras. That's instant meme material for the rest of the year. But this kind of jealousy isn't new. It's the same story across every sport. When LeBron James became the face of the NBA, veteran players weren't thrilled. When Serena Williams dominated tennis endorsements, others definitely rolled their eyes. It's a cycle. Success brings money, money brings visibility, and visibility inevitably brings envy. Aja's just the latest athlete caught in that emotional crossfire. And here's the irony. Every time she reacts, she actually makes Caitlyn even bigger. The more you talk about her, the more relevant she becomes. It's like the Streisand effect for sports fame. Complain about someone, and they only get more famous. Meanwhile, Caitlyn hasn't said a single word. No interviews. No clapbacks, no drama. She's quietly signing her next contract while the internet fights for her. And that silence might be her smartest move yet. Because while everyone else argues about who deserves what, Caitlyn's stacking checks across basketball, golf, fashion, and tech. Don't be surprised if a Netflix documentary or Nike film comes next. She's not just playing the game, she's rewriting how it's marketed. Aja, on the other hand, is still wondering why 2 MVPs don't earn her the same spotlight. It's not about talent, she's phenomenal. It's about visibility. Caitlyn is the kind of athlete brands can build around. Her fan base is loyal, loud, and always online. That's marketing gold. So while Aja vents on Twitter, Caitlyn's building an empire, one endorsement at a time. But here's the real question. How long can this tension last before it becomes something bigger? This isn't just about 2 players anymore. It's about a league divided. The old guard thinks Clark gets everything too easily, while the new wave believes she single-handedly revived the WNBA, and somewhere in the middle sits the WNBA front office, pretending everything's fine. Secretly relieved people are at least paying attention. It's messy. It's dramatic, and it's exactly what keeps the headlines rolling. But if the WNBA doesn't figure out how to manage this tension, they risk destroying the unity they've worked years to build. Love her or hate her, Caitlyn Clark has made the league bigger than ever. The challenge now is making sure everyone benefits, not just her. As for Aja Wilson, she's at a crossroads. She can keep firing off tweets that make her look bitter, or she can flip the script, use the attention to her advantage. Start a podcast, land her own deal, build a brand, and remind people she's more than just the player who got mad online, because fans love authenticity, but they hate pettiness. And right now, that's the fine line she's walking. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark just keeps winning, on and off the court. The LPGA deal is another brick in her rapidly growing empire. Love her or hate her, she's mastered the fame game. You can't teach that kind of control. She's turning silence into strategy, backlash into buzz, and if Aja Wilson doesn't adapt soon, she's going to keep getting left behind in the noise. So what do you think? Is Aja Wilson justified in her frustration? Or is Caitlyn Clark simply outworking everyone off the court? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. More wild stories are on the way.